visit Singapore, you have to go to these places, starting with Gardens by the Bay.
Yeah, we took a car to Gardens by the Bay. It was a bit further than we wanted to walk, and we knew we'd be walking the whole day. So we started out where the car dropped us and tried to check out the free gardens first, because there's a whole selection of free gardens and then 2 paid pavilions that are inside and air conditioned. And the free gardens were nice, but they were basically designed to make you sweat and walk in the sun so that you would acquiesce to purchasing the paid attractions, which is exactly what we did. We happily fell into the trap of it, because within 3 gardens we were sweating, and we still had like 10 hours of exploration to do that day. So yeah, we bought the ticket to the Flower Dome and the Cloud Forest, and we entered the Cloud Forest first. And it was quite busy. There was a queue to get in, and a queue for the lift, and basically a queue just to walk, because there was a ton of people. So what do you think about Cloud Forest?
They were so interesting though, because they have like really beautiful garden in there, a lot of trees, a lot of flowers, and it was so cold.
Yeah, the air conditioning felt great.
Yeah.
And the place was super cool. I mean, the dome that it's built in is beautiful, and it offers like this real panoramic view of the whole Bay Area here. And it was beautiful. And the humidity they pump in to make like these artificial clouds to surround sort of like this rainforesty environment, it was beautiful. But the amount of people definitely brought the experience down from like, oh my god, it's so awesome, to like, it's still awesome, but it's sort of aggravating because there was a ton of tour groups, school kids, field trips going on, and there's a million people like running in every which direction. You're trying to take your picture and 100 other people are trying to walk by. The usual thing you deal with at a major tourist attraction. But it was still nice. After leaving the Cloud Forest, and we spent about an hour in there, it took a long time to navigate because of the volume of people. We looked at the time and saw that the day was already going by, and we wanted to go see Merlion Park and look at Marina Bay Sands Hotel and walk over the Helix and all these famous things, and use the natural light to see these other places. So we made the long walk around, which wound up being much longer because of some construction at the waterfront area. They were renovating a whole stretch where people normally walk, so we really had to walk far to get around. But we walked through Marina Bay Sands, saw a part of the mall, and that place is just, it's a super beautiful. It's like everything you hear. I mean, it's really super luxury building and awesome architecture. And we walked over the Helix Bridge and around the waterfront to Merlion and took our famous pictures there. It was surprisingly easy. You know, if you're a photographer and you're thinking, man, I would love to shoot this Merlion and get those iconic shots, you can. There are 100 million people there, but they're all shooting from quite far away. So if you know how to shoot pictures and you don't mind getting up close and you can, you know, shoot with a wide angle or shoot with an upward trajectory, you can literally stand in front of that statue, like right on it, and it's all yours. No one's going to be in your way. We shot everything we wanted to shoot, and it was awesome.
We just went to take pictures of Merlion after we just went to the Garden of the Bay, and it was quite a walk and it's a lot of people, but we made it. So cool.
So what do you think about the Marina Bay Sands, Merlion Park combination area?
I think if you come to Singapore, you really have to see it. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful view across the water. You have the big Ferris wheel, and you have the skyline. The coolest buildings in the city are there. It's really beautiful, and it's beautiful as it gets dark and everything lights up. And they did have some performances going on. We heard a couple of bands playing, you know, one on one area, one in another area, and it was pretty cool. You know, it was a good scene. I totally understand why every travel source says, you have to go here. You know, it seems touristy, but it's awesome. It's worth seeing.
Right.
You know, wherever you're from, it's worth seeing.
Yes, and those areas, it's free. So,
it's free, yeah.
You know, you got to see beautiful view, beautiful architecture, and you didn't have to pay for it. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's really awesome. I'd say that's probably the best attraction in the city, and it is free. We're here at Marina Bay Park area. Off to the left, we have Merlion. Off to the right, we have the iconic Marina Bay Sands Hotel. It's golden hour here, and we came down to get all of our pictures, and there are 10 trillion people here, but people are cool. They gave us some room so we can do some creative work to share with you guys. We walked here from Gardens by the Bay after walking all around there. We're going to walk back there now so we can see the light show, and we still want to see the flower dome. So it's like 20 miles walking today, and it's just exhausting, but it's awesome. We decided to finally try the flower dome, so the light show starts at 7:45 and repeats again at 8:45. We were headed back slightly after 7. We said let's spend a half hour in the flower dome. As we are here in the utter darkness of the flower dome in Singapore, we prioritized getting outside to do our shooting. And luckily we did that, because if we didn't, we would have missed all the iconic shots of Marina Bay, the Merlion, everything else. So we got back here and it's dark, figuring, okay, it's indoors, they have lots of light, and they don't. So we're sort of looking at lights, pretty much. You can't really see the flowers. So my travel tip for you guys in Singapore is, if you're really into the flower dome, come here when it's light. Otherwise, you're going to see what we're seeing now, which is nothing. But it is cool. Figuring they're going to have lighting in there, they didn't. So they do have little lights like around the displays, but there's no lighting on the dome itself. So we walked in, and instead of spending a half hour like really appreciating the plants, it was more like trying not to bump into other people in there because you really couldn't see. You couldn't really see anything. It was just an opportunity to use the air conditioning and cool down after the walk back. So if you are planning on doing the flower dome and/or cloud forest, figuring it might be well lit at night, and you know, do the daylight stuff first, you're going to be sadly mistaken. You can't see a damn thing when the lights are down. So try to get everything in during the day and then be finished with it for the light show. That's our recommendation. Now the light show is in the super tree section. That's also super iconic. You know, everyone associates the super trees with Singapore. It looks like something out of that, what was the name of that movie?
Avatar.
Avatar, yes. It looks like something out of that. It's super cool. Hey, we're at Super Tree Grove, and they're getting ready to start the light show in like 2 or 3 minutes. And there's just an army of people here waiting for it. So it's going to be cool. Going to shoot this thing and see what it looks like. The light show started on time, and what do you think of the light show?
It was so cool, for sure. They played the lights with the music, and the lights lit up. It was super nice.
Yeah, it's syncopated light show to the music, and it's really awesome. They do have different things you can do in the super tree section. Some of them you can go up inside. There's places you can eat in there. They have like an elevated walkway. We decided not to do the walkway. It just didn't seem like it was that exciting. You just go up one, you walk across a little thing, and you go down another. It just, it was okay.
They also have a lot of activities going on in there. They have concert, they have markets, but we were so exhausted. We just like, okay, walk and walk and walk, back and forward, walk and try to do everything in the little time. So we just spent, and we couldn't do anything else. Well, if you have more energy or you up for it, go for it.
Or if you have the time in Singapore to split it into 2 days, you could easily, you know, take in Gardens by the Bay in 1 day and leisurely explore the whole place, and do, you know, the Marina Bay Sands Hotel and Merlion Park and all that in a different day. If you have the time, then yeah, you can just relax. We just walked the shoes right off of our feet and walked to the point we sweated out our last drop of sweat. I mean, it was like there was nothing coming out anymore.